help us understand how you would strategize taking advantage of the new kickoff rule formations.
Well, I think the first thing is that one of the things that's probably not out there as clear as it should be is that there's actually some restrictions to the kickoff formation and the kickoff return formation. So we really wanted to have it look like a clean play. And so what I mean by that is you can't overload one side on either side of it. And so there are some, restrictions to the formations. So it's a little bit hard to get too creative. I think the largest discussion we had as special teams coaches was actually the kickoff itself. So right now the hang times are relevant under the new rule. So you might see some teams like, we play indoors. You have a lot of teams that don't have to deal with the weather. You might see some creative kicks early on. When I say that, I mean maybe some line drives or some balls to maybe try to get the returners that are hard to field. Now, one of the parts of our rule that makes that a little bit easier is that we have 2 returners back. Unlike the XFL, they only had 1, and that was a big part of the rule. But I think one way that the coaches could potentially try to take advantage of the rules early is to be creative with the actual kick types, if you will.
What you're saying is there's more strategy for the kickoff team in how they're going to kick as opposed to the return team.
Correct. Now, I do think we enabled the return team to have more creativity by our formation rules, and that's one of the biggest differences. I know everybody's comparing it right now to the XFL because of the condensed version. But we allowed for much more creativity. But I do think you'll see a little bit of a cat and mouse and a little bit of a chess match, especially early on when people are trying to tinker and figure out the best ways to figure out the rules.
Can you fair catch in any scenario?
No. So under this new rule, there's no fair catch. So if the ball lands in that landing zone between the goal line and the 20, it has to be returned.